let's welcome Tom Loegering. How did I pronounce that?
Perfect.
I can't believe I did that. And, of course, you're the CEO of Sun City Country Club.
Right.
And, wow, a lot going on. And we had you on another station, I believe, 5, 6, maybe 7 years ago. It's been quite a while. But tell us a little bit. So, first of all, you're on the board of directors here, huh?
Right.
Oh, that's sort of cool. How do you like that?
It's really a perfect way to kind of give back. Being on the board, and as you mentioned before, the guy, that it seems like the chamber's really one of the better chambers, and there's a lot of progressive things going on.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I would say that since I've been on the board, Guy is new to the board. He's been on the directors, but now he's running the chamber.
Yes, yeah.
That's why it's so impressive right now. He is really the spark plug that's turned this place. I mean, it is.
That's
just
exciting.
Amazing. I mean, the board members have always been great, but the actual physical leadership has been not as good as it could be,
right?
Especially when you measure it by Guy's absolute immersion into this chamber. He is unbelievable.
He's a great talent. I've known him for quite a while,
yeah.
And he has a great personality, but he's also very directed and very innovative, creative, and passionate.
There's the word. That's the word.
Yeah.
Passionate.
And you got to love that, right?
He just absolutely loves Peoria. He loves this chamber, and he loves all the people that come here and are trying to do business. It is just an absolute pleasure to be on this board at this time.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
You know, some boards, I've known boards in the past, other places, and they do power plays, but this board seems like it's cohesive. They're together. They're friends. They're friendly, and they're supportive of doing better things.
Right. The board has always been supportive and trying to do the best they can, but we set policy. We don't run the operation.
That's right. Yeah. And
we finally have somebody in now that is running the operation that has the passion and the zeal for this job. And it's like everything, as Guy even mentioned, we don't do business like we did 30 years ago.
Right.
Well, chambers aren't as necessary as they were 30 years ago because of the digital age, and people are doing things differently.
That's right.
But he's plugged into 30 years ago, but he's also plugged into today.
Yeah. And that's a unique combination.
You don't find that much.
I like it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
It's the answer.
It really is.
Answer.
Yeah, it's a nice blessing for everyone, and there's no doubt. And so let's talk a little bit about what's going on with you. You got a lot of things going on. Where do you want to start? We could start with the golf program in schools or the Sun City Country Club.
Well,
what would be good for you to start?
Just generally, I'll just tell you some of the things I'm involved in, and then we can go into it from there. Right now, I'm a board member of the Peoria Chamber of Commerce. I'm a board member of Peoria Education Foundation, and I have a program I founded, golf program in schools, GPS. It's bringing golf into the high schools. I physically go on campus, and we're teaching not so much golf. We're introducing golf to the freshmen in Peoria Unified Schools. And what we're trying to do is bring the kids the life lessons from golf: honesty, integrity, courtesy, respect, just the general life things that you want to do, that persistence, judgment, mathematics, all these things work from golf. And I personally have signed up for 800 PE classes this year alone. I'm physically in the classes. I have
800 of them.
800. That's 3,200 kids. I have a PGA professional that comes to teach the class, so they're getting the top quality teaching.
Wow.
So what we're doing is we're bringing them the real agenda of golf. which I feel has been missed by the other supporting groups that are supporting golf. And what we're doing is we're teaching every kid. Our program is inclusive. It goes to, so we even teach special needs kids. So we're working with Special Olympics to be an inclusive program. It's absolutely amazing how our numbers right now, I'm like I said, we're doing 3,200 kids this year. Our goal is in 3 years to be in 44 high schools on the west side. That's 27,000 freshmen every year.
Oh, wow. So that's great because, like you said, some of the inherent parts of golf. And I was reading up on this at GPS. It's really to help the students find the right path. And that means persistence for P, and then achievement,
right,
trustworthiness, and health. And you want to describe that a little bit more?
Well, what we say is GPS, and it has two levels. GPS is grip, posture, and swing. So that's the golf part. But GPS is helping the kids find their right path.
Right.
What my goal is to help these kids. I'm not looking to help them become PGA professionals. I'm telling them the life lessons that they can learn and why, the fact that there's job opportunities in golf, there's job growth because you play golf. Almost anybody that plays golf can tell you a story of how golf impacted their life. And it's a game you can play for your entire life. I'm 77. I still play.
Wow, you're looking way younger.
Thank you.
Good for you.
I have a different lifespan planned than other people. Everything is planned. But the idea is getting the kids so that they understand that there's job opportunities, that there's actually scholarship and career opportunities. So physically, when we go into the classes we go into 6 classes on site where we're in the PE, so we're in their curriculum. They have to take the program. We don't just teach the elite, which is golf has a plume of being for the elite.
Right.
Well, I'm teaching in classes, and in my first class, which was last April, I had 2 kids that were homeless.
Oh.
Homeless.
Really?
Yes, and that's in this area. People just do not realize the plight of some of these kids. And so when I'm physically in the class and talk to them about there's opportunities that they control, success or failure, the choice is yours. That's a book that I wrote, okay? And I talk to them on that level. But when they go to their 6 classes, they get taught all about the golf, the swing, their posture and their swing. Then when we work backwards and then they go through and learn all the things that you do with golf, then they come to my club for a field trip. That's the only expense that the district has to pay is bringing the kids out to my club. And the kids get a half a day on the club doing driving, pitching, and putting. And then I take a group of them, usually a quarter of the group that comes out, and I walk around the golf course and show them how to feel comfortable when they come to the golf course. And so what my point is golf has been an elitist thing. I don't charge the kids. I don't charge the school district. So this is all in my hook, and naturally I'm looking for sponsors to grow it bigger. But what they do is they get to know how to feel comfortable being at a country club.
Oh, wow.
And these are kids that our statistics show that less than 5% of them have played golf in the past, or even about 10% of them, the only time they've touched a golf club is when they were doing miniature golf or something like that, putt-putt golf. So not really learning about golf. So my program is teaching the kids the final leg of that stool is that I talk to them about scholarships. I encourage them to look up golf, look at golf on Saturday or Sunday and watch. I say you only have to watch the golf until the first commercial comes on. And when you see that commercial, I only want you to see, what are they advertising? Mercedes-Benz, Rolex watches. But they are not advertising Cocoa Puffs and home care products. And I want you to think of, what programs do you watch and what are they advertising? Because they think that whoever they're advertising to, they're reaching a market. So if you want to be in the Cocoa Puffs and home products, that's one place to be. So watch those programs if that's where you want to take your life. If you want to have people advertise to you to buy your next Rolex watch or your next Mercedes, then you better start thinking about golf and how it impacts your life and why those things work. So I tell them about scholarships. Every year there's $100 million of golf scholarships available.
To colleges. To
colleges. $100 million worth of. So when you tell me, oh, I got to save up money for my kid to go to college. No, you start them out, buy them a set of golf clubs, and get them out at my club for $5 every week.
Yeah.
and take a lesson. Saturdays at 9 o'clock, $5.
Is it too late for me?
No, it's never.
Oh, now we're talking.
You're younger than I am.
Oh, good point.
Hey,
I should go out there. I used to play. Wow, it's been a long time, but usually, it was 18 holes, but it was a shorter course.
Yeah.
The longest hole was about 250 yards.
Okay.
Because I wasn't real good with the wood.
Yeah. Okay. See, now, and that's all part of the golf idea of what I'm showing the kids is you don't have to be really good, and it's not an elite. It is an expensive sport, but it doesn't have to be.
Right.
And so what I'm doing is I start with the freshman class, and what I'm offering them is they go through my program. If you don't want to come to the field trip, you don't have to. So it's only by choice. So they volunteer to come to the country club and get their ideas about being at the club and how it feels to be there and how they should dress and how they have to act and how they have to interface respect and courtesy.
Sure.
That's very high on golf and from golf. So I show them all that, and then I say to them, if you come out, you'll get a certificate of completion from Sun City Country Club that say you've gone through this program, and you'll also get a card that says you're a junior member of Sun City Country Club.
Oh, nice.
What that does is in the summer times, you are allowed to play for free.
Oh, wow.
All you have to do is bring a person, an adult that's responsible for you, and they come and pay about $20 or $25 for the fee, and the two of you go out. I supply a golf cart, and you do not have to buy clubs because I will not rent you clubs. I will provide clubs for you to go out and play.
Wow, that's a good deal.
It is a good deal because I am trying to bring golf to everybody where it should be.
Yeah.
Everybody who wants to have a better life for themselves better learn how to play golf. I mean,
sort of makes
that's
sense.
what it is.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get back out there.
Well, if you think about it, there's 28 million people play golf. Name me a sport that 28 million people are playing it. That's just in the U.S. It's 60 million people in the world that play golf.
Wow.
It's mostly for the upper income groups.
I gotcha.
It's the highest economic demographic in the United States.
Interesting.
So that's why golf, you look at the commercials on it, and who are they advertising to? They're not advertising to the Cocoa Puff people.
No, I come to think of it, you're right. As I'm thinking back when I've watched golf, that's true.
See, and this is what I'm telling the kids. And I say, look, when you come out, you get your junior membership card. Now, just remember, it's already sifted that I'm getting about 60% of the kids that come out. Mm-hmm. So 40% are going to go on and do what they want to do anyway.
Right.
Then of the people that go through it, I've gotten as high ratings as high as 89% of the kids say they liked our program and they are going to keep golf in their life. there's no other statistics. Nobody's got statistics like that.
Yeah,
That's because, again, I have the passion, and I'm giving it to the kids.
That is
for free.
That is really exciting. And I'll tell you what, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, let's talk a little bit more about the country club, what other, membership, how the whole thing works, describe what it looks like, and because everyone has an idea what country clubs are, but I bet they're different in a certain respect. And this is Breakthrough Thinking, brought to you by the Breakthrough Thinking Broadcasting Network, the Peoria Chamber Radio Hour. Our special guest, CEO of Sun City Country Club, Tom Loegering, and we'll be right back. And welcome back again. You're listening to Breakthrough Thinking. This is the Peoria Chamber Radio Hour, brought to you by the Breakthrough Thinking Broadcasting Network. I'm Dave Isaac, and we are here with special guest, CEO of Sun City Country Club, Tom Loegering. And fascinating so far. We've learned quite a bit on how you're helping kids. Their future is so important. This is really exciting. If you want to hear a replay of this, go to breakradioshow.com under Archives, under Breakthrough Thinking, actually under the Peoria Chamber Commerce Radio Hour, and then you will find the replay of this radio broadcast. So, Tom, tell us a little bit about your country club in general, just what it's like, sort of a description so people can get a feel of what it is that you have to offer.
Okay, I have a passion for the country club. Sun City Country Club this is its 50th year. November 19th will be 50 years, and there's not a lot of businesses that have survived for 50 years.
Oh.
My brother and I bought the club in July 17th of 2007. I'm a real estate guy, and I bought it absolute worst time, right at the top of the market,
right.
And everything everything died after that. But I live on the course, so now I tell people I don't have much money, but I have a big backyard. So I have a 127-acre backyard.
Oh, my gosh.
I tell people, they say, is running a country club, you make a lot of money doing that? And I said, well, it's how you become a millionaire. You start with 4, and 9 years later, you got 1.
Yeah.
So it's a tough business, but it's a hospitality business. And what we're finding is people, the new generation of people do not want to join something. They will come and be a prepaid member, which is really prepaid green fees, but they don't want the same things, the ambience of a country club from the past.
Gotcha.
And so we bring all the ambience from a 50-year-old country club, but we're also changing to the real modern times of what people want. So what we do, we have tournaments and events. We're the home of Special Olympics for Arizona. They have their once a year they'll have a meeting. It's a 3-day tournament for their athletes. They have over 500 athletes that play golf, and so they come out and play. Then we also I have a personal program for autistic kids, so that we raise money. We have a tournament and raise money, and then I have twice a year we'll have a program that that's sponsored by Autism Speaks, and we'll bring 10 kids out to the course where they learn social skills and motor skills, and we do not charge the parents, and we do not charge anybody else, so that we provide all of the setup for them, and we bring the kids out, and they have 4 hours of class time. It's 1 day a week for 4 Saturdays, and we usually do it toward the end of April. And what the kids will do is they'll come out and they use the special equipment. They learn how to get high-end eye-hand coordination, and they'll start out having this big golf club, and they hit a beach ball, and they learn to throw a tennis ball at a Velcro target, and they do things like that. And then the fourth week, they're actually out on our driving range hitting golf balls.
Nice. Wow. So you give a lot back to the community.
Well, again, that goes into this program I was mentioning before about my Goldman Sachs program that I went to. It's Goldman Sachs Small Business 10K. They spent $200 million putting a program together that helps CEOs of existing clubs double their income every year and hire more people. So that's their give back. But in the class, the words that I heard that really inspired me and caused my passion to shift was, you have to do good in your business in order to do, you have to do well in your business in order to do good in your community.
Oh, that makes sense.
So I spent 100 hours in class and 200 hours writing a 23-page report for Sun City Country Club called a growth plan. And in that 200 hours, I came up with a program that was from May of last year to August of last year. And in May, I had 172 members. At the end of the year, I had over 352 members. I don't know if there's a country club in the country that grew that fast.
That is quick. Can you give us one or two secrets of the success?
It's knowing what I wanted to do and knowing that I have to do good in my business before I can do good in my community. I have to have largesse to give it from. I don't want to give the shirt off of my back to another person because that's still one person without a shirt. So I want to help the other person either make a shirt or do something that creates a shirt.
So what you're saying is knowing what you want to do and making sure your business is solid, the foundation. So it sounds like to me then what you're saying is that you've developed what your mission, your purpose is, and refined it to whatever that is, and then really cleaned up, maybe like most businesses should, is clean up some of the systems, some of the foundational issues that are inefficient. I also am a CPA and a business consultant, so I can relate to what you're saying, and I like it. I mean, it makes sense what you're saying.
Oh, absolutely.
And so does that sound, in a nutshell?
It's very close to it.
Yeah.
But see, that is some of the old school where you look at the existing and you have to say, this is what my systems are. Well, our systems, our ability to handle our customers was just fine. But the number of customers, because I'm in Sun City, you think older people, 55 and older.
Right.
But my program that I put together because of it, I was trying to think, how can I double my income? Which for a golf course is, you're just trying to survive. In the valley, 1/3 of the golf courses are losing money. 1/3 are breaking even, and 1/3 are making a ton of money. And most of those are on the east side, and they get over $200 a round.
Wow.
So
that's expensive.
My country club, I won't go play somewhere for $200 a round. I want it to be affordable. So I have to figure out, maybe I'm just cheap, but I don't think people should have to spend that much to play golf.
Right.
And so I'm trying to bring a program, and that's what led to my GPS program as part of my growth plan for the club was to make enough money there so I could introduce kids to golf where it won't cost them a lot of money or any money to learn to play golf.
And thus their parents might be interested too.
That's the whole point.
That's a very interesting concept. Now, it sounds like a great country club. So you can rent out places for parties even?
Oh, yeah, there parties. We have a lot of people will have weddings there. Different people will have business meetings, and they'll rent a room. So there's a small room, I think, is up to 60, and then another room is about 200, and then you have another room that total you can get a restaurant, lounge, and a ballroom. They have dancing, and they have karaoke on Mondays. And
oh, really?
So
you got a variety of things
going.
It's a
total business.
I'm going to have to come by.
Absolutely.
That's sounds
what
fun.
We're trying to do is get people to come by.
Yeah, I think that is cool. Now, on the break, you said something fascinating to me. I've always heard a lot of people play golf to generate business, whenever they play a Friday afternoon or the weekend, and they invite a potential customer or maybe a potential employee, maybe a merger, potential partner. But what you said was fascinating to me, that you can tell a lot, in fact, a huge amount of information from when you play golf with someone. You could tell a lot about their character, personality. Describe what you said to me. I thought it was amazing.
Well, you start with who were playing golf at first. It wasn't the poor people, it was the rich people. And primarily the people that had gone from the upper class down into that real affluent middle class or upper middle class. They played golf. And the reason they do it is because it was an exclusive type of a thing. You couldn't join a country club unless you were invited. And then you had to be voted on by the members to see if you qualified to be at the country club. Well, those things, with the digital age and the way things are going today, people don't care about that. Yeah. But golf and the ideas that work in golf still work. So the wealthy people, the reason they wanted to have this exclusiveness is that when they brought somebody in that they wanted to do business with, they would take them out on the golf course. Now, they already figured out that they could make money with this person. So now I want to see if that person is the one I want to do that business with. So I would take you out, and when I'm in my GPS program and I talk to the kids, I say, I can find out anything I need to know about you on a golf course. When we go out and we're playing, I can find out if you have anger issues. I can find out if you're aggressive. I can find out if you're timid. I can find out if you cheat. I can find out anything I need to know about you on a golf course. Because golf, if you takes a second and a half to swing your club, so 100 strokes, that's 2.5 minutes. Well, we're out there for 4.5 hours. Yeah. I'm interviewing you the whole time. I'm not playing golf. I know how I play golf. Not that well, but I enjoy it. And the point is, I'm finding out who you are.
So I think that's fascinating. I never thought of it that way, and I think that's remarkable because it's a natural instinct. I mean, if someone slices or, one of the shots into the lake, how do they react to that?
How do they deal with it?
Yeah, how do they deal with it? Or, you said earlier, are they, they're behind the tree, and do they kick it a little bit?
Yeah.
Well, how did that happen? Sorry, I didn't mean to kick the ball.
Yeah.
I think there's an enormous amount. And also, the other thing you said was really interesting. If they're behind the tree and there's a fork in the tree, will they take that shot, a risk move, an aggressive move, direct, or will they, will they be...
chip out into the fairway.
Chip it out and not aggressive.
Yeah.
But of course, it will depend on the score, perhaps, too. So
well, it does that, but it shows their thinking.
Yeah, strategic versus not, versus risky versus aggressive.
Right. All that stuff comes out, and I'm evaluating on every shot.
I think that's fascinating. I definitely need to get back into golf.
You need to take people you want to do business with.
Yeah, to the golf. Yeah.
But get your game up so that you're not worried and mad about your game.
That's right. Yeah.
Where you're being overly aggressive. So you have to get at peace with your game, and that's why you come out to the country club on Saturdays at 9 o'clock and have a $5 golf clinic with one of the best teachers in Arizona.
Oh, wow.
Our PGA Pro, Bob Bleen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's excellent.
Yeah, I think it really is, fascinating, the possibilities of golf. And plus, it's good exercise. You're outside. And it is a good way just to, enjoy and relax nature in nature. I guess that's not a bad way to to spend a day or half a day. Is it about a half a day long?
Yeah, it's 4 hours. But, you give yourself more time because you want to play golf and then you want to sit with the people that you came out to play with. So that, I mean, sometimes if you found out if they kick the ball too many times, you may not care to do business and it'll be a short meeting.
Yeah, that's right.
But if it's the longer meeting, you take the time. But the whole idea of golf, and that's what I'm trying to teach these kids, is that if they get into golf, there's many reasons why people play golf. First of all, it's a sport that can be played your entire life. There's 28 million people in the U.S. playing golf. It's the largest participation sport in the world.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
that's huge.
You can't play soccer when you're 77.
Yeah, that would be.
You can't go boxing when you're 77.
Yeah.
You can't run track when you're 77. There's not a lot of
not
clubs
competitively,
for that.
really.
Yeah, there's not
that's
clubs
hard.
for that. But golf, I can be competitive in other groups because of a golf handicap.
That makes sense, doesn't
and
it?
So that's why there's different places that you hit from on the golf course, so you can play from the forward tees. We used to call them the ladies' tees. Now they're the forward tees because ladies can sometimes outdrive the men. So we don't get into ladies and men's. We go forward, and that's the red, and then there's white, and then we have the blue tees for the heavy hitters, and the other people that there's even one that's called play it forward. So when you're older, you can play forward. That's the gold tees, and it shortens up the course because instead of trying to hit a real long drive, they don't hit it as far anymore, but they're straight. So.
Yeah, see that's good. Wow, we're almost at the end of the show. I do want to mention real quickly a couple movies that had golf scenes in it. Happy Gilmore was one of them, and the other one was Sideways. There was a portion where I don't know if you remember that with Paul Giamatti and what was the other guy? Hayden Church. Forgot his first name, but great movie, up for best movie of the year. It did not win. I would have picked it. However, does that hurt when there's funny movies like that?
Well, even everything helps. It just when it brings people's awareness to golf.
Sure.
But like Donald Trump owns 19 golf courses.
Oh, does he?
Yes.
I don't think Mitt Romney mentioned that, though.
I don't think he does.
I wonder why.
This weekend, when they were having the thing at Doral, he owns that. And he came in his little helicopter that says Trump on the side.
Wow.
But
19 golf courses.
Yeah.
That sounds successful.
Some of the best in the world.
Wow.
He doesn't own my club. He's not vying to own my club, although I think mine's like the 20th. But
yeah, but we do have to write to Mitt Romney and say, why didn't you mention some of the successes? Well, that's all I'm going to say. But anyway, it's been an honor and pleasure. We want to get you on again. This is fascinating what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's great for kids. It's great for health. The path, like we said, meaning persistence, achievement, trustworthiness, health. It's excellent, and not just for the kids, but the adults will also see how the kids react, and parents can learn from kids too.
And the thing is that with the parents, they get to come and play in a social media free zone, because you cannot have your phone on while you're playing golf.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
No. Devices.
You can't.
It's just people. It's just people.
I love that. It brings it back to human contact. And
contact.
You got to love that. So how do people get in touch with you, or how do they find out about your programs, your golf, your country club? How do they do it?
They can reach me personally at tom@suncitycountryclub.org.
Okay.
Or they can go to golfps.org. And then my book is successorfailure.org.
Well, that is fantastic. Tom Loegering, thank you so much for coming in today. We'll have you back. This is, you're 77 years young. You look younger. You're really helping society, helping the community, helping kids. We appreciate you for that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Got to do good so you can do. You got to do well in your business to do good in your community.
And I love that. That's a great tagline. There's no question. And this is the Peoria Chamber Radio Hour, brought to you by Breakthrough Thinking Broadcasting Network. Listen to us, of course, every Saturday on NBC Sports Radio, AM 1060 KDUS, and our entertainment show on 1480 AM KPHX in Phoenix, Arizona, Breakthrough Entertainment. A lot of good stuff going on. And everyone have a great day. See you soon.